Hey guys, me again. So I just wanted to check in and give you my 1 week update and give you an update on everything that's happened since I received my inventory. So if you watched my original video about onboarding for the financially challenged, then you know that I struggled just to have the initial onboard money. So when I onboarded, I only had the initial package, which at the time was Cassie's, Julia's, Irma's, Lindsay's, Maxie's, Perfect's, and Classics. So I got no leggings. So I wanted to update you on how things go because, when I was in the queue and I was getting ready to onboard, I watched a lot of videos on YouTube about people doing, 1 week update and 2 week update and 1 month update. And it was always huge sums of money. And they're like, I can't believe it. And, and not to say that those, were inaccurate, but I think there's a lot of information that's left out that I think really affects how that money gets made. So I wanted to just give you a realistic update from the perspective of if you onboarded with only the initial package and nothing else, no extras, and what that looks like, what you can expect. So to start out, I received my initial inventory on a Wednesday, and it is now the following Saturday night. So it's been a little bit over a week since I've received my inventory. And so Wednesday night, my husband and I opened the boxes and unpacked everything, sorted it, counted it. It is very important that you count every single piece in every single size, make sure that it matches your initial order, because it does happen from time to time that things go missing. So make sure you count everything. So we opened everything up. Anything that was a duplicate we threw into a bin for sorting later on, and then hung one of them on the racks. So it took about 4 hours to sort through everything and hang what wasn't a duplicate. And then we sorted the duplicates into 2 Rubbermaid totes full, and organized them by size and that sort of thing. So that took about 4 hours. And then Thursday night we photographed everything, and that took another 4 hours. I did purchase a lighting kit for like $50 and a mannequin. You do hear people don't use mannequins, people do use mannequins, people do close-ups, people don't do close-ups. It's just going to depend on what you like. I personally like the mannequin. I think it looks professional. And then I like the close-ups because as a customer, I always felt that was helpful to see exactly what the color was or what the texture might be or what the pattern specifically looked like up close. So I do the close-ups because I really like that. So it took us 4 hours to photograph everything on the mannequin and do close-up shots. So then my launch party, like in-home launch party, I was actually going to do it at my mom's, was scheduled for Saturday. And I got impatient and wanted to get started right away and just couldn't wait. So I actually did my first multi-consultant sale online on Facebook on Friday night. So I put together all my images in PicJointer on Friday morning, and then Friday evening did my multi-consultant sale. Which I think I sold 1 or 2 things. which I was thrilled about because, you know, it was first sales. Yes, I did. I sold 2 things. I don't specifically remember which ones those things were. I wanted to say maybe like Irma's. I think they were both Irma's, or an Irma and a Perfect maybe. But so then Saturday I had my launch, and by Friday night I had a lot of people bail on me. Pretty much everybody bailed. I had probably 10 to 15 people say that they were coming, and by Saturday morning, pretty much everybody was up in the air except my family, and then I ended up only having my mom, my sister, and one other person show. And I actually had my best friend come and shop on Friday night because she couldn't make it on Saturday. So at my launch with just my mom, my sister, and one other person, I sold 4 things. So that was nice. It was a little disappointing that everybody kind of bailed. I did advertise it well in advance, but people, you know, at the last minute decided, oh, I'm going to go do this instead, or they just, oh, something else came up and I'm just not gonna come. So it was kind of disappointing, but you know, it is what it is. And so then I had my online launch on Sunday, and did okay in that. So let me back up a little bit. So the Monday before I received my inventory, I actually did a giveaway in my sponsor's multi-consultant group. So she runs a big 20,000 plus person multi-consultant group. So the Monday before I got my inventory, I ran a promotion for $50 Lula Cash for during my online launch, and they just had to join my group. So I advertised that in her group on that Monday, and that got me about 300 and something people in my group. So that was really great. I was really psyched about that. And then during that week leading up to it, I would post kind of things to get people excited, little memes and that sort of thing. So then, so fast forward to Sunday, and leading up to my launch on Sunday, all day Sunday, I posted in probably 20 BST groups about my $50 Lula Cash giveaway for my, and that it was my online launch. So I had all new inventory. And so from that, posting in all the BST groups, I ended up with a little over 1,000 people in my group, which was amazing. I was so excited about that. And then, so my sale was for 24 hours. I ended up selling about 10 pieces. I did have, I would say 2 or 3 people bail on me, who said sold and then backed out or never paid or whatever. Actually, it might have been more than that. It might have been like 4 people. I also was making people fill out a Google Doc because I felt like that was a lot easier to keep track of everybody. And then I use Leafy Peach to track sales within the sold comments within a sale. So I did that, and like I said, I sold about 10 pieces that were actually paid for. So that was awesome. So excited. So now I'm up to about 12 pieces. Actually, no, 16 pieces, because of my the Friday sale, my in-person launch, and then my online launch. So then Monday, I filled up my calendar for the entire week. So I went to a lot of the multi-consultant groups and just joined the group, and then message or commented on the pinned post and tagged the person that wrote the post and asked if they were looking for consultants. Some of the really big groups, they said no, there's a wait list. But I got into a lot of groups. And so I filled up my calendar for the first week with about, I would say 2 to 3 sales for every night. So I was busy all day, every day, all week long. It's not a huge amount of work to have to post in the groups because you're just basically uploading your photos and then, you know, watching for comments or sold comments and then invoicing them and whatnot. But it was a lot of work. I was up till probably 3 a.m. every single day. Just trying to keep on top of, you know, was I selling something? If I was, keeping track of it. You know, it doesn't seem like it's a lot, but I also used easy peasy spreadsheets to keep track of inventory, sales, pop-ups, business expenses. Basically keeps track of everything for you, deposits, everything. So, you know, I was seeing the sold comments in Leafy Peach, then asking them to fill out my Google Doc, using that, color coding that to say whether or not they were invoiced, whether or not they had paid, whether or not they had been shipped, and then eventually whether or not LulaRoe had paid me or deposited their sale funds into my account. So I did that, and then along with that, I would enter the different pop-ups and these transactions that came from those into easy peasy spreadsheets. And that allowed me to keep track of all the sales and what pop-ups they came from and all that good stuff. So it didn't seem like it was a lot of work, but it was a lot of work because, you know, you're trying to keep track of 2 or 3 groups at one time. You know, you're also having to remove, you know, if someone comments sold in one group, then you need to go into the other groups and remove that photo. Some people use Shop the Row. I didn't want to pay for it just for that because I had some experience with other people using Shop the Row for the because, you know, it will upload. You can schedule an upload of your albums to whatever group, you know, at a certain time. But I had a lot of people just this first week who had a lot of trouble. So I was like, it's just not worth it to me. So I just use Google Drive and upload from there, and it's been super, super easy. You just open multiple tabs and then upload pretty quickly. I preload the tabs or each album in different tabs, and then when it comes time, I just hit post and it posts them all. So, so I don't want anybody to think that it's not a lot of work, because it really is. It's a lot of work. As you can see, I look very tired because I am tired. But let me preface that by saying I'm also, you know, I work full time. I have an hour commute each way. I have a 2-year-old. I have a husband who's, you know, works nights and is usually not around, so I don't have that support that way. And then, you know, I'm doing LulaRoe once my daughter's gone to sleep, and that means that I'm up until 3. So I'm not getting much sleep. But, you know, it's totally worth it. I'm having so much fun. I did my first live sale, which I'm totally addicted to now. And that, actually I've done 2 live sales now, and I really love it. I sold 2 things in each, and they didn't have huge number of watchers, so I thought that was really great and really interesting. So, I do feel like that I am at a big disadvantage by not having leggings and by not having an expanded inventory. So let me also say that when they sent me my initial, for those styles, they didn't send me anything over an extra large, which I was kind of not happy about. But it ended up being okay. I was really surprised at how many extra, extra small and extra small I sold. I mean, like, that was the bulk of what I sold. I couldn't believe it. I thought, there's no way anybody's going to buy this stuff because who's an extra, extra small? But apparently a lot of people. So it was okay that I had limited sizes, but everybody wanted leggings. And I had a lot of people who, well, I won't say a lot. I had a few people who were kind of nasty and was basically said something along the lines of, you know, what kind of sale is this if you don't have leggings? Like, how can you launch with no leggings? Well, you can, and I did. And I busted my butt all week long. And I am happy to say that after 1 week, or week and a half, if you want to call it that, I really think it's just pretty much been a week. After a week, I have made about $1,200 in sales, and that is that's not including the taxes that they take out and that the people pay, and then also that's also after they take their fee. So just to be clear, when you invoice somebody, you also include shipping, whatever your shipping charge is going to be, minus $3 for one item, and then you have to configure your sales tax. So for me, where I'm at, it's 6.75%. So when you invoice through Bless, it's going to invoice that whole amount, and then when it comes time to do your deposit, they keep the sales tax and take care of all that for you. But then they also keep a fee for credit card processing and such, which ends up being about $1.50, $2. So, for instance, on a Irma that's $35, I charge $3 for shipping, so that's $38. God, I'm bad at math. And then tax, so the total ends up being like $40 and change. At the end of the day, I get $36 and change. So they keep their sales tax, and then I lose a little bit on their fee. So after they keep the sales tax and take out their fee, I made $1,200 in sales, which is for 1 week with no leggings and, you know, just the limited initial inventory. I think that was pretty awesome. But I killed myself to get it. I didn't sleep. I ignored work. I mean, I was just crazy, all engulfed in LulaRoe for a whole week. After this first week, I'm just like, okay, wait a minute. We need to slow down a little bit because I can't do 3 sales a day every day and keep my sanity. So now that it's Saturday, at the beginning of last week, I had committed myself to a sale on Saturday, which was fine. Though I did find out that sales are kind of slow online on the weekends. So going forward, I'm going to really limit my online sales on the weekends because it's a lot of work and it's not profitable. Like, you sell a couple of things. Now, I'm sure that if you had a huge amount of inventory and you had a lot of leggings, you'd be killing it no matter what. But for me, I'm got the bare minimum. So I wanted, to let you guys know that if you did or are going to onboard with just the initial inventory, you can make it. I'm actually really proud of that $1,200 because that's actually quite a lot of sales in 1 week. I think I sold 28 pieces in this week. So that's pretty awesome. And I can now place my first order of leggings. Yay! So I'll be doing that on Monday. It does take LulaRoe a couple of days to deposit the money into your account. So it's not like, somebody pays their invoice today, I'm going to get the money tomorrow. It's usually takes about 2 days because they deposit or they gather funds from a certain time period every day, and then they deposit that the next day. So so I got $1,200 in sales. I use Shipping Easy, which I love. You can also use stamps.com, whatever you want to use. But so I pay about $3. Well, now I've through my husband's wisdom, so now we weigh every single package because everything does weigh a little bit differently, and those couple of ounces can make a big difference. So in general, things cost first class shipping is about $260 to maybe $350 or so for one thing. The maxi weighs kind of a lot, so that tends to be like $350 to ship. So after all the money that we spent on Shipping Easy to actually ship the items, and then I signed up for a future big in-person event for next year, because in my area we have a lot of consultants, a lot, and it's a lot of competition to get into these events. So I was able to book when they released the schedule, so I had to pay the $60 up front for my spot for next year. So all total, I probably have spent $140 between shipping and the event fees and that sort of thing. So I have enough now to place my first order of leggings, and I'm going to replenish a couple of the things that I sold. So just as a FYI, obviously everything sells. I got a lot of amazing stuff. But I think that there are trends, and there are things that are more popular at certain times. So right now, it's October, so I have, I've mainly sold Perfects and Irmas, and a couple of classics. I think I sold 2 Julias of the same pattern because it was like a unicorn pattern. And I sold 2 Cassies and 1 Maxi. Maxis aren't going very well. And then I actually haven't sold any Lindsays, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I've sold any Lindsays. Oh no, I lied. I have sold the Lindsay. So I when I reorder on Monday, I'll be ordering Perfects and Irmas to replace what I've sold, since that was the bulk of what sold, and just 1 or 2 things of the other styles sold. But I want to be able to get as many leggings as possible, but still stay within a certain amount of money that I now have. I don't want to completely deplete all of the profits that I have gotten so far. So, because I'm going to need that for more shipping and, for the next order. My strategy is, or let me preface that by saying, my goal is to be able to order every day. Whether that's the 33-piece minimum or 133 pieces, it doesn't matter. The goal is to order every single day, because the more often you have new inventory coming in, the higher your turnover rate's going to be, the more money you're going to make. So I am ordering the 33-piece minimum and banking the rest for a future order, plus shipping costs and stuff that I'm going to have to pay for that. So I will be ordering leggings and a couple of Julia's and Irma's. I mean, excuse me, Perfects and Irma's. Right now they're out of TC, so I'm ordering all OS, which kind of stinks, but it is what it is. Um, but you know, I wanted I wanted to have a realistic idea for you guys about what you can do, what's realistic for you to do, um, but how much work it's going to take for you to get there. Now, obviously, I don't know what these other people did. I mean, I'm sure they busted their butt too. Um, but, you know, I'm the only one that I know among the consultants at this point that has simply got the initial package. Everyone else that's on my team bought leggings and Carly's and Randy's and all this extra stuff. And I just simply couldn't do that. So I wanted you to know that it is possible to do those things without spending all this extra money and just having the initial. So, right now my inventory is depleted somewhat, and I am going to have to wait probably a week because it takes me 4 days to get inventory once it's shipped. I'm probably going to have to wait until next weekend before I get more new inventory, which kind of stinks because I am fully booked all this week. I have 2 or 3 at least every day, including some live sales, and then I have my first event next Saturday, in-person event. I have not done any pop-ups. I of course have advertised my group, but I don't know a lot of people in the area. And like I said, the competition in this area is really, really extreme. We have hundreds of consultants just in this small area. So it's, you know, it's not really my focus. I'd like to do more events, but I'm not really big on pop-ups. I'm happy to do one if somebody wants to, but I'm not actively pursuing it like I know that LulaRoe wants you to do. That said, I do have on my Google Doc, I do ask at the end whether or not they'd be interested in hosting a party, and then I also ask if they're interested in becoming a consultant, just to leave that door open. So far, I have gotten one response of someone who wants to host a party. So I am doing a hosted online party 2 weeks. So I'm really excited about that. And there's some preparation that I'm going to need to do for that right now. But I feel like the first week has gone pretty well. And I just want you to be prepared as to how much work it's really going to be, because it's going to be a lot of work. And, also wanted to let you know that I'm working in a very small space. Basically, my racks are in my bedroom. My mannequin is set up in my bedroom. All my extra stock, everything is in my bedroom. So, and I don't have a big bedroom. So you can work in a very small space. And I think that's pretty much it. I think it's really important that you have a great team. I love my team. My team is awesome. My sponsor is super supportive, and my team is really, really supportive. We're chatting, several times a day, asking each other questions, just trying to, keep everybody, their spirits lifted and their, everything in check. And it's just been a really great group. So I think it really is important that you sign on with the right sponsor, because it's going to make all the difference in how well you do, because it can get disheartening at times, especially when, you're doing all this work and you sell 1 or 2 things, or you don't sell anything at all. I actually, so the following Monday, this past Monday, was my launch in my sponsor's big multi-consultant group that has like 20 something thousand people in it. And I think I sold one thing, which was really disheartening. But then, I go into another group and I'll sell 4 or 5 things. So it just is weird. It just depends on the group. I think it also depends on how many people are in the group and whatnot. So I think that's pretty much it. And if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Okay, bye.